good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Hope we are awake and alive and enjoying this beautiful day that the Lord has made. I am here with another beautiful topic which I titled, Remember, O Lord, and Have Mercy. Remember, O Lord, and Have Mercy. The word remember, whenever we hear it, it's calling something, recalling something back. That you're trying to tell somebody to remember, to recall those things that the person must have promised you, or those things the person must have said in the past. Remembrance have to do with somebody going down memory lane, bringing back those things that he or she must have said in the past. And so it is with God. Whenever we use the word remember in our prayer, we are trying to tell God that He should recall, He should bring back those things. Remembrance is one of the things you need in life. If God remembers you, I assure you, your life will totally change for good. So today's topic says, Remember, O Lord, and have mercy. We'll be taking our reading from the book of Nehemiah, chapter 1, from verse 7 down to 9. It says, We have acted wickedly against you, and have not done what you commanded. We have not kept the laws which you gave us through Moses, your servant. Verse 8 says, Remember now what you told Moses. If you people of Israel are unfaithful to me, I will scatter you among the other nations. But then, if you turn back to me and do what I commanded you, I will bring you back to the place where I have chosen to be worshipped, even though you are scattered to the ends of the earth. My God is a God of restoration, and that restoration is always fired when you remind Him of His previous promises to you in your life. So many times we offend God, and hence we face some life challenges that can be very difficult. But whenever we remember, ask for mercy and turn back to Him, He tends to turn everything around. That is a sure promise. He has already made the promise in the book of Isaiah 1:18, when He says that if you will come back and ask for forgiveness, that you should come, let Him settle the matter with you. That even though your sin is as dark as scarlet, He will make it as white as snow. He has already promised forgiveness for all that will come back. Remember, O Lord, and have mercy. How many of God's promises do you know? How many of God's promises do you use when praying? How many can you remember from the Word of God? It is important you remember it, because the Word of God says that He honors His word more than His name. What it simply means that anytime you tell God, Oh Lord, remember that you said in Matthew 7:7 that I should ask and I will receive. Remember that you said in the book of Isaiah 1:18 that if I come, you will have mercy. Remember that you said in the book of Nehemiah 1:7 that if I come back, you will forgive me and bring me back to a place of worship. Once you keep using God's promises, it forces Him to go down memory lane, because He wouldn't want to put Himself to shame. He now realizes that, oh, this daughter or this son of mine now know that there are some things I'm meant to do for him or her. And then you see him, he moves into action. But when you are just praying plainly, you don't ask, you don't remember anything, you just pray and then you go. You don't even remember the importance of giving thanks. It is very important you remind God of His promises. Let Him remember and have mercy. It is only when the mercy of God is evident in one's life that you see things turn around. But that mercy can only come when God have remembered. God needs to remember. God needs to remember that you are waiting. God needs to remember that there are some promises that are yet unfulfilled in your life. But He can't do that if you have not asked Him to remember. Prayer is a deep communication between us and God. It is something that should be often. And then there are some things you might have told God that you feel you have not seen. Remind him. Keep reminding him. Every day of your prayer life should be a day of always reminding God of his promises in your life. And you will see him fulfilling it one after the other. I can't remember the verse of the Bible I was reading one day, because most times we feel that if we are for God, why these challenges? And that day I just knew I was playing around with the Bible, and I stumbled on this verse. It says that he will not take away this problem all at once, because if he do, the children of God will stop praying and the beast will take over the city. When I read that, I pray that God will lead me one day back to that verse so that I will remember and give it out. When I read that, I realized that, okay, this is why these challenges will come in many and then start going all at once. Start going one after the other, not all at once. So I now realize that, okay, this is why God doesn't really take away everything at the same. Because truly he knows us as human beings, that once we have no problem, some people will not even remember to even go back and give thanks. It is very important. Remembrance on your own part and remembrance on the part of God. Remind him. Tell him. Let him remember you and have mercy. And your life would change for good. I don't know who I'm talking to this morning, but God needs to remember. God needs to remember that there are some promises he is yet to fulfill. God needs to remember that this situation is about to become overwhelming. As a matter of fact, I'm talking to myself. God needs to remember that there are some situations that are still overwhelming in my life. And he can only do that when you remind him of his promises. Remind God today of his promises so that he will remember and have mercy. May today be a blessed day for us. And as we go out today to look for our daily bread, that the God we serve will surely bless the works of our hands. Have a nice day, everybody. Until next time, I remain Oduchukwu Chisom. Please and please, don't forget to visit my YouTube page at Chisom Oduchukwu and subscribe for full videos. It is very important. This is a walk of faith. This is a walk of building our foundation with God. And I pray that with time, everybody that is always joining on this talk show will begin to enjoy the favor that comes from God. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Until next time, see you.